I'm going to keep it short.
Okay.
I'm Kasey. I've been in the business since, actually I went to a wrap party August the 23rd. Like Teresa, was having a fat day. I'd lost some weight, but still wasn't happy with what I saw in the mirror. So Sarah, who is my sponsor, I was on Facebook browsing one afternoon, and she said having a wrap party at my house. So I messaged her, and I had a couple questions, because I'm the green, and I'm like, do I have to get naked? You know, I don't like playing all this out, and she's like, no. And so my husband, he was off that night, and I said, you got to watch the kids. I'm going to a rap party in Atmore. And he said, he looked at me funny. I was like, not singing rap. I'm going to a weight loss rap party. And he laughed, and he said, I hope you think that's going to work. And I said, well, I do hope it's going to work. And he said, all right, well, I'll just tell you I told you so, like I always do when you get home. And so went to the rap party. Actually, Teresa's husband, Jim, was helping Sarah do the party. And I rapped, lost some. We're not supposed to say it, and I'll go over that in a minute, but I lost, we can say it amongst each other.
Yes, we can.
Lost some inches, liked what I saw, even though I did bloat a little bit in the bottom and gained. But listening to Jim talk about all the different products, I immediately was thinking of, he talked about relief. I'm like, I know somebody that can use that. He talked about the fat fighters. I could use those. So he's going through these products, and I'm just seeing dollar signs, who I can sell this stuff to. And so I signed up that night, had my launch party. That's why we talk about it's so important to do your launch party right away. I got 2 distributors at my launch party and a couple LCs. So immediately, you know, I got started right off the bat. Basically, the rest is history. I went on from there. I qualified in January as Emerald, and then I have everything set up in place to be Diamond this month, provided all the volumes there. But I have a great team, so it is going to be there. We'll make sure of that. Basically, what Deanna wanted me to talk to you about is some of the policies and procedures that are very important. One of them is we cannot advertise on any buy, sell, and trade pages on Facebook, no flea market pages, not at the actual flea market, no yard sales, no Craigslist, no Amazon, no eBay. Is there any other ones?
I think that's
About it? Mm-hmm. We can't do that. The reason why is because it makes the product look cheap. It's less marketable. So we don't want somebody to go in there and, I know personally from going to I love the flea market, but sometimes you don't get what you think you got. You know, you paid $50 for this Coach purse. It's probably not real. So people get the, they look at our product like that, and that's one of the reasons why it works, does not want us to conduct our business that way. And also to make it fair for every distributor, so one doesn't have an advantage over the other one. Does anybody have any questions about that? No. All right, another thing is, just want to be talking about key points of when you have a potential distributor that you're talking with. Basically what I do is I first start off by asking them what their why is, because it's important for you as their sponsor to know what their goal is, so you can work with them on helping them achieve their goal. They may only want to make $300 a month. They may, like Teresa, she wanted $300 a month. She saw that she wanted more after that. And basically when you find out somebody's why, they say if your why isn't strong enough to make you cry, go back to the drawing board and rewrite it. When you have a very strong why, you're going to be successful in this business because you have these goals set for a reason, and you're going to work to achieve those goals. So I find out what their why is. It tells me pretty much how bad do they want it, if they want it as bad as I want it. I talk to them about having a launch party, like Deanna said, within the first 10 days, because they only have 30 to find those first 4 loyal customers for that product credit. That right there sets them up for success immediately in the business, because they're able to turn that profit very quickly. Like I said, I was able to get, you know, most of my LCs and then 2 distributors at my launch party, so we always want to make sure that they are willing to have the launch party right away. Set up, I tell them about the 80BV auto ship. I'm like Deanna, if they will not commit to an 80BV auto ship, they're better off as a loyal customer, because it's only going to hurt you in the long run. And she just showed you guys how with the charting. And then I go on to tell them about You know, they're thinking, okay, I gotta have this party. Now she's telling me I gotta pay this money each month. So they're kind of like maybe thinking, you know, I don't want to do this. Well, then I work to draw them back in. I start telling them then about how we make our money. They can have cash in their pocket every day. Every time they put a wrap on somebody, they can have cash in their pocket. How we make our commission each month. How we make our fast start bonuses. The $10,000 bonus, I'm so glad they brought that back because that's it's very achievable. When I first signed up and I looked at the diamond chart, you don't try to teach people how to get to diamond the first day. You want to get them to ruby. When I first looked at the diamond chart, I was like, there is no way I can fill all these spots. And for a little while, I was like, okay, every time I had one and I look, I still got, you know, seemed like the same amount. But the more you work your business and the more rap stars you find to work for you, the faster it's going to happen. So it's important to work with your team. In order for you to achieve your goals, you got to help them achieve theirs too. So it's when we're doing something like this, it can't be all about you. I know in other things in life it usually is all about you, but with this it really is about working as a team. And I hope my team feels that I work with them pretty well. And that's about
Back to the policies and procedures, the thing you're not supposed to talk about?
Yes,
Yeah.
very important. Does everybody in this room know that we cannot mention inch loss? The reason why that is because the wrap is classified as a cosmetic product. It works and do that for a reason.
I'm sorry,
Inch loss, you can't tell anybody, hey, you're going to lose 3 inches if I put this wrap on you. And even if somebody asks, like you can't get on Facebook and say, had a great wrap party, I had a lady lose 10 inches last night. Don't do it. Like I said, it's classified as a cosmetic product. It's not classified as a drug, which if it was, then you could claim inch loss. It's just a sound business reason why It Works did it, because if it was classified as a drug, you'd have to pay teams of scientists, doctors on staff, and all this, and the wrap would not cost $35. It would cost a ton of money. And generally, it probably would end up behind the pharmacy counter. So with the FDA, they look into all that, and so if they see that we're claiming these medical claims on this wrap, then they're looking, and it's looking more like to them that this is a drug. So we do not want it to end up to where this is our ticket into people's doors, this wrap. We don't want that to be taken away from us, because then what are we going to do? You know what I mean? This is like our meal ticket. So do not post inch loss. Now the other supplements you can, because it's a whole separate thing with those. As long as you're talking about the wrap, no inch loss. You can't tell them that it's going to. What are some of the things that? I'm trying to think.
Toxins.
We're not supposed to talk toxins anymore. You're not going to lose weight. Like basically, you tell them that it's going to tone, tighten, and firm their skin.
That's it.
Any questions on any of that?
What if they post on your Facebook, had a great wrap, lost 4 inches?
They can say whatever they want.
They
You
can
don't
say-
comment
We're
back
not
on it.
making the
Gotcha.
claim. They are. So really, there's, like she said, you just don't comment back on it. You can go message them and say, "Great, glad you had good results," but don't write back on that Facebook page. You know, anybody can see it.
And if they ask how it works, we can't talk about
It
the
works
toxins
very well.
anymore?
How does it work?
very
It
well.
works great. Well, how?
Okay.
Let me show
Let me
you
show you.
how. Yep.
And also measuring, that kind of makes them know, you know, especially whenever you write down their before and their after measurements, if you're one that does measure. I mean, that kind of says it without saying it. So let's just keep it that
Kind of
way.
reading between
But
the lines.